Welcome back to the International Wealth Builders Association.com radio live show and podcast. And we were covering basically what's going on with the foreclosure market, what happens. I can tell you one of my stories that I had a lady who her husband had left and she was behind in the payments. She owed a lot of money on the property. She had problems with the house, and she definitely was in trouble. Okay, so she needed to get out from under that. She had a little bit of equity, not much. So I contacted the bank, and we started negotiating. We started talking to the bank about what needs to be done. They agreed to do a short sale to cover all the cost, and then we went ahead and put it on the market. Well, lo and behold, while it was on the market, she sold everything she owned, and one of the things she sold was a refrigerator. Well, the refrigerator had an ice maker line, and the refrigerator ice maker line started to leak. She was not in the house. She was down visiting her daughter, and it flooded the whole house. So we went to use the insurance for the house, and lo and behold, the house, the insurance company did not want to finish the claim because the husband that left had filed a previous false claim of insurance and tried to collect on it. So she was still paying the payments on the insurance, and I worked it out to where they would definitely go ahead and do the repairs necessary, but they would directly deal with me only. So long story short, they repaired the house. We put it on the market. Got offers, it fell out of escrow, came back, did another one. Actually, this one I did do as a 1031 exchange, as an investor picked it up as part of his exchange. And by the time we started the deal till we ended the deal and got her out and got her a little bit of walking money, not much, it was 13 months. So a year and a month it took to fix that deal. Now that's really uncommon, but the fact is if you're tenacious enough, you can solve any problem, you can take care of it. Typically, we never want to get to that point in a deal. You want to get a hold of someone like me right away that has the knowledge to discuss this with the banks, keep you from getting that problem, keep you from getting your credit wrecked, keep you from doing that. Because when it comes to lenders, they look at somebody that's had a foreclosure, and that really looks bad if you go to buy a house again. So if you can do a short sale, or you can put it on, even better, if you can put it on the market and get it sold and get yourself caught up from the sale and not have any of that negativity on your credit report, that's going to help you so much in the future to buy another house. Can you buy another house if you have a foreclosure? Yes. It's going to be difficult. They're going to want more money. They're going to want to have you have better credit. So you can do co-borrowers. You can do a lot of different things to get you back into a house if you've already had an issue. Do you have to have credit to get into a house? Absolutely not. Like I said, there's a lot of programs that I'm aware of that I work with investors that will help you buy another house because they want a good tenant. So if you were a good tenant, or if you don't have a problem making a monthly payment, you have a good job, but you don't have a down payment, there's lots of ways we can do that. So the best thing to do is if you've missed a payment or if you're having a challenge, you want to take action on it. Don't wait. That's the biggest mistake everybody does, is they wait and wait and wait till the bank starts calling them, sending them letters. And then before you know it, you're in foreclosure and you're being evicted. And whether you had equity or not, they can evict you. Do they have to pay you your equity? Yes, they do. That's another misconception a lot of people think, is that if the bank does take your home because you can't make your payments, that you lose all of your equity. That is not the case. After foreclosure, after the sale, if there's a certain amount of equity, you will get that back, but you never want to let it get to that point. So I've had some other cases avoiding foreclosures. I mean, people get out there and they have a problem and they turn into a hermit. They just run in their back room and they hide. They don't answer the door. They change their phone numbers. They start doing all this stuff, which is really unnecessary, because they're just going to keep writing and sending you letters on automation. 9 times out of 10, there's nobody there that is really even doing it. It's a computer shooting out letters. Okay. But the problem is that the computer knows the timestamp of when you're in trouble and when to initiate the other processes. And then you're in real trouble. And we don't want to have that happen. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to be aware of your situation. If you need to get into a forbearance because you're in a government loan, they're still allowing the forbearances. It's something you can still do to save yourself and give you time. If you need to get out from under the house immediately, I know that there's ways with cash buyers and investors that can definitely come in and rescue the sinking ship. You don't want to be the sinking ship, believe me, because that's going to hurt you down the road for years and years. It's not the best way to go. You definitely want to save your credit. You want to save your house if you can. So let's try and do that first. You can get a hold of me. I'll even give you my personal cell phone number, 951-265-5848. If you have an immediate issue that you want to put your house on the market, you're going into foreclosure, you're behind in payments, and you just want advice, you just want me to come talk to you, believe me, I'm not there to put another house on the market that won't sell. I'm not there to do anything. My whole focus is to leave people better off than when I found them. I'm all about education. So if you want to come to me or you want to come to our meeting and you want to find out, or if you want me to refer you to one of the experts in any of the areas that I discussed today, I'd be happy to do that. You can call me at 951-265-5848 directly. And that's my cell phone number. I do answer my cell phone number. I'm not one of these people that doesn't answer their cell phone number. If you try and call me on my cell right now, I have it on Do Not Disturb. But I do answer my cell almost all the time. Please don't call me at 1 o'clock in the morning when you're panicking and having a heart attack because you think you're going to lose your house. But definitely get a hold of me. I will give you a consultation. No charge. I never charge for a consultation. I think that that's not the way to go. I will give you the straight shot. I'll tell you the real advice, the real information. I'm not going to BS you. If you can do it, I'll find a way to do it. If you can't, I'll let you know that, and I'll give you your options. It's up to you. Again, I'm not an attorney and I'm not a CPA, but I am a licensed real estate broker with over 30 years of experience in California. I've been an investor. I put together hundreds of creative deals. You wouldn't believe some of the deals that I put together out of nothing. So there's ways to make it happen. If you're an investor and you have something that you want to take a look at. You want me to take a look at it and see if it makes sense. If you want to find some funding for something you think is a good idea, let me look at it. I don't charge you to look at a deal. So let me look at it. Let me help you out. You can get a hold of me at realtymavericks.com. You can get a hold of me on my cell phone, 951-265-5848. Or you can email me at info@megalithic.us. That's info@megalithic, like the major structures, the pyramids, megalithic.us. So that's info@megalithic.us. But again, like I said, you don't want to let that happen. You don't want your credit to get messed up. You don't want a foreclosure on your credit report. And the other thing too is that depending upon the lender, if you short sale your house, which means you sell it for less than what you owe the bank, then they can actually give you what's a 1099 for that difference. So let's say, you owe $700,000 on your house, and the market is only at $550,000. There's $150,000 difference that you're going to owe the bank. They can actually let the sale go through, and then 1099 you, which means give you a tax receipt for the $150,000, and you have to file that on your taxes the next time and clear it up. There's lots of ways that you can avoid all of this by getting a hold of me ahead of time when we do this. And don't forget that we have coming up, we have our International Wealth Builders Association.com meeting and Zoom meeting. It's free to the public. You can come, and if you want to become a member, you can do that as well. Quarterly, we're going to do our live shows with usually a presenter, educate you on one of the major topics. You can rub elbows. Even on the Zoom call, you can put in a question. You can put in something that you want to learn about, and somebody will get back to you on that. That's internationalwealthbuildersassociation.com. If you want to contact me about any of the real estate needs, it's realtymavericks.com, or you can call me directly on my cell phone, which is 951-265-5848. And again, internationalwealthbuilders.com, radio show and podcast. Okay? So with that being said, I've covered a lot of things today. I've covered basically what's going on in the market, the fact that it is slowing down, interest rates are going up, the sales prices have come down a little bit, the prices of the houses that are on the market are definitely coming down. We're seeing a slowing, a flattening in the market. I would say it's flattening right now and getting back to a normal market. Normal market is 6 months worth of inventory, and generally prices are pretty stable. So now that we still see a fluctuation of prices, I do see prices dropping further, and depending upon interest rates, the market is going to slow dramatically. It's going to slow a little bit each month. You're going to see a little bit of slowing. Buyers, get out there and buy. Don't worry about it. Find somebody that can find you the right house at the right price. In any market, there's always deals. Normally, people buy a house because they want to live in. Unfortunately, this last crazy year or two has changed everybody's idea of what real estate and houses are. They think it's a cash cow and it's a wonderful piggy bank. Well, those days are over. So for now, if you want to find a deal, they're out there. Okay, so if you need to find a deal, contact me. I can help you with that. If you need to do something creative, I can help you with that. If you want to become an investor and you want to learn how, I can help you with that. So it's good deal, good time. There's always a good deal if you're looking for it and you know the right people. Wouldn't you say? Okay, well, that's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to the International Wealth Builders Association.com podcast and live radio show. Remember to stop by on the 31st for our Zoom.